How many session tracking methods are there? 4. First one, cookies. Second one, URL rewriting. Third one, HTTP sessions. Fourth one, hidden form fields. Okay, 4 session tracking methods. Yesterday, one diagram I given. This is our task. This is our task. Here, it is just HTML program. When you click on submit button, the books, whatever you selected, it has to receive, it has to store in cookie variable. For that, cookie class required, cookie class. Methods I'll give. Nodal, cookie constructor, methods. Is it over yesterday? Methods. Nodal. It is used to create a cookie. With name and value pair. It is used to set the time interval in seconds. It is used to get the time interval in seconds. It returns name of the cookie. It is used to change the value of the cookie. It is used to get the value of the cookie. So cookie class constructor, cookie class methods. Cookie class constructor and cookie class methods. So name of the cookie, value of the cookie. We have to pass. Is it over? No. After this, just write the note. By default, cookies are vanished whenever browser window is closed. By default, cookies are vanished whenever browser window is closed. By default, cookies are vanished whenever browser window is closed. Say cookie, if you want to create a cookie, this constructor required. This constructor takes two parameters, name of the cookie, value of the cookie. So with this constructor, when constructor is called? Whenever object is created. If you create cookie class object, then this constructor called. Here, name of the cookie, value of the cookie you have to pass. By default, cookies are vanished whenever browser window is closed. If you want to set the time interval, set max age method you have to call. But here, parameter integer, seconds format you have to pass. Suppose 2 days you want to maintain cookies, 2 days. Then what you have to do? 2 into 24 into 60 into 60 you have to write. Seconds format you have to write. So 2 days, 2 into 24 hours. Each hour 60 minutes. Each again 60 seconds. So 2 into 24 into 60 into 60 you have to write. Then 2 days it will maintain. Get max age. Whatever time interval is there, that interval return. Get name. Whatever you given name here, that name comes. Get value. Whatever value given, that value comes. This value, if you want to change, set value method. name as it is, value changed. That purpose we use. So these are cookie class constructor methods. In the diagram, after creating cookie, this is we have to add to client system. Again, this is we have to retrieve from client system. It is server to browser. Server to browser means request or response. Server to browser response. So adding to client system, response interface required. Retrieving from client system, request required. For that also methods I'll give. HTTP servlet response. Here method is there. Here method is there. Add cookie. No. Add cookie method for adding to client system. So add cookie method, if you call, it is added to client system. Here cookie object you have to pass. Cookie object reference you have to pass. Then it will be added to client system. Is it over? Retrieving from client system, request required. Method get cookies. Whatever you selected, all cookies retrieved, stored in cookie array. Note on. This method also note on. Jakarta.servlet.htp.htp servlet request. So cookies, the session tracking and the redirecting, these all HTTP servlet specific service. With the generic servlet, it is not possible. Okay. Already given that notes, generic servlet versus HTTP servlet. While teaching generic servlet versus HTTP servlet, I given differences. Session tracking and redirecting not possible with generic servlet. Compulsory HTTP servlet only required. That too, you have to use HTTP servlet only first welcome program onwards, because using HTTP servlet, generic servlet service also we can access. It is subclass, no? That's what. Now how to write this program, we'll see. You observe our task is first one HTML program. It is HTML program. This HTML program here, Java to complete reference, at first Java, SCJP by Kathy Sierra, labels. But request parameter names, request parameter values also we have to write, because we are not typing value here. We are going to select. That's what value also in the program only you have to write. But previous programs, username, password, first name, last name, those all we are typing. But here you are not typing. It is checkbox. It is checkbox. We are not typing. That's what value also in the program only you have to write. Whenever submit button is clicked, we have to receive. Then if it is selected, we have to store in client system. Not selected, don't store. Okay. That is we have to do. These all I'll close. Now, file, new, dynamic web project. Suppose cookies. I opened cookies. Dynamic web project name, cookies I given. I'll click on next. I'll click on next. I'll select XML. I'll click on finish. Now, right click, new HTML. Suppose books.html. Next, finish. Here, this is our task. Okay. I'll remove this BG color. Suppose green, text, yellow. Now, level 1 heading, total content centered. Okay, level 1 heading. Underline text. Now, Java books. Java books. Say, this is my task. First, Java books heading. After that, these three, these two. These are totally form tags. Form tags we have to write. So, form open, form close. Now, is it get type request required or post type request required for this program? Is this data confidential? No. If any other person, if they see your items, nothing will happen. No? So, this data is not confidential. So, you can go for get. Get means, is it required to write method equal to get? No. Default is get. Whenever you click on submit button, this servlet should execute. This servlet URL pattern, where we are to write? Where we are to write? Action. Action equal to set. It is a URL pattern of set cookie program. Okay. Now, these three checkboxes required. Input type equal to checkbox. Then checkbox created. Name of the checkbox, suppose book 1. Value of the checkbox, suppose Java to complete reference. Like this, if you want to give a space, then double quotes required. Double quotes. Otherwise, don't give space. Then double quotes is not required. Okay. Now, it is request a parameter name. It is request a parameter value. But in previous programs, login.html, reg.html, only name I written. Value I didn't write. Value we typed. But here value we are write. Okay. After this, it is label. Java to complete reference. Next line, line break. Again, input type equal to checkbox. Name equal to book 2. Value equal to head first Java. Again, head first Java. Line break. Input type equal to checkbox. Name equal to book 3. Value equal to SCJP by Kathy Sierra. Now, SCJP by Kathy Sira. Line break, one more line break. Input type equal to submit button. Input type equal to reset button. Now this is HTML program. Now I'll execute up to here. You observe. Right click, run on server, save. Select the server, next, finish. Now here I'll type books.html. Like this, books displayed. Now here, these three checkboxes, okay? You can select the books. Suppose I selected Java to complete reference. I selected SCJP by Kathy Sira. If I click on submit button, which program executed? Set cookie program. Set cookie program URL pattern, what I given? Set. In the address bar, what it appears? Set appears. But which type of request is passed? Get type or post type? Then request parameter names and values also displayed, no? See, if I click on submit, here, set. It is the URL pattern of set cookie. Book 1, Java to complete reference. Book 3, SCJP by Kathy Sira. Now, I didn't select book 2. I didn't select. So, that object not created. Now, book 1, book 3 passed. Now, if it is selected, we have to add to client system. Not selected, don't add. Okay, that is we have to write. First of all, you write this program, HTML program. Books.html. Books.html. It is just HTML program. This is just HTML program. Is it completed? I'll ask some questions. Give me answer. What is set? URL pattern of set cookie solid, set cookie program. Okay. What is book 1, book 2, book 3? Request parameter names. What is Java to complete reference at first Java? SCJB by kya sira? Request parameter values. Here, what is Java to complete reference at first Java? Labels. Labels. If we don't write this one, only checkboxes displayed. This label not displayed. If we don't write this one, solid program point of view, it is not possible to receive the data. Okay. So checkboxes you are going to select. But value required. That's what value equal to. If it is text box, whatever you are typing, that is a value. If it is text box, if it is password box, whatever you are going to type, that is a value. But checkboxes, radio buttons, value attribute you have to write compulsory. Okay. Now, whenever submit button is clicked, which attribute executed? Which attribute in which tag? Action attribute in form tag executed. The value of action attribute in a form tag executed. Okay. Now, whenever you click on reset button, whatever you selected, removed. Okay. Now, see, if I run again, it's already is, back. Here, suppose I selected head first Java. If I click on submit button, see, URL pattern set book 2 equal to head first Java. Okay, URL pattern is set book 2 equal to head first Java. Back. If I don't select anything, if I click submit button, see, only set. No data. Okay. Now, whatever you select, that value is coming. Now, we have to write this program. Now, this is solid. This is just HTML. Now, listen with concentration. This one, how to write? I'll ask question. Yesterday I explained. Okay. Now, yesterday string sc equal to s1 equal to null. That is I given. No. That knowledge is required now. Right click, new, solid. Package name, suppose cookies. Class name, set cookie. Okay. Package name, class cookies. Class name, set cookie. HTTP solid. Next. This URL pattern already we decided. What is the URL pattern? Set. Click OK. Next. Which type of request coming? Get. So which method required? Do get. I'll remove do post. Finish. Now, first of all, we have to receive from HTML page. We have to receive from HTML page. How to retrieve data from HTML page? Which method we have to call? Get parameter. Get parameter method in which interface? Get parameter method in which interface? Solid request. Here we have HTTP solid request. With this, can I call? What we have to write? What is the return type? String. What you have to write? String s1 equal to request dot get parameter. Parameter name is book 1. Same style. Next. String s2 equal to request dot get parameter. Parameter name book 2. Next. String s3 equal to request dot get parameter. Parameter book 3. Okay. Now, just now in the address bar, I was shown. Okay. Selected book is there. You are getting URL like this. You are getting URL. Set question mark book 1 equal to Java 2 complete reference. Like this, you are getting no. Suppose I selected only one book. Then URL pattern set question mark request parameter book 1 equal to Java 2 complete reference. Then what will be happen? Book 1 is a variable, string variable. This will refer one object. That object contains Java 2 complete reference. Okay, Java 2 complete reference. This object contains Java 2 complete reference. Like this, created. I didn't select book 2. Book 2 here, it is not received in the address bar. So here null will be there. Book 3 not selected. Null will be there. Now my question, carefully listen and give answer. Is it null, object literal or string literal? String literal, object literal. It is object literal. It is object literal. Okay. Object literal. Now in a book 1, what will be there? What will be there? Hash code will be there. Hash code. Now book 1 contains hash code. That hash code refers one object. That object contains Java 2 complete reference. Book 2 contains null. Book 3 contains null. Now, whether it is not null or not null? Not null. This is null. This is, if it is not null, book selected. If it is null, not selected. I want to check. Method required or operator required? Method required or operator required? Give me answer. Method or operator? How many people answer operator? Just raise your hand. Okay. Online students. Next. How many people answer method? See, yesterday I taught. Core Java class I taught. Again, wrong answers coming. Now, which is right, which is wrong, I'll explain. But wrong answers are there. Okay. Now, yesterday, very clear I explained. Very clear. In a core Java class I taught, advanced Java class I taught. Core Java class, one class I have taken. Okay, about this. String S1 equal to null. String S2 equal to null. Okay. Here what S1 contains? Here what S1 contains? Hash code. But where this null stored? In object. String object. Here null. Okay. This object referred by S1. Here hash code. Now here S2 equal to null. Here what will be stored? Null. Now, is it object literal or string literal? What is? String literal. Here object literal. If I print S1, what is the output comes? What is output? Null comes. Two-string method called. Two-string method called with that content of object comes null. If I print S2, null. Here also null is output. Here also null is output. But this null is string literal output. This null is object literal output. But here implicitly two-string method called. Here two-string method not called. Okay. Here two-string method called that with that content of object comes. Here two-string method not called. It is not possible to call. Null pointer exception. Calling is not possible. If you try to call also error comes. If you call explicitly also error comes. Okay. Now here Boolean B equal to S1 double equal to null. What is output? Output false. Here Boolean B equal to S2 double equal to null. What is output? True. That means here operator I am checking. Operator I am using. Operator where it will check? Here it will check or in object it will check? Here. Here only. That means what is required? Operator required. If you want to check here, method required. But already I given book 1. Book 1 contains hash code that refers object. Okay. Book 2 contains null. Book 2 contains null. Book 3 contains null. I said. Now, whether null or not null, we have to check. Now, how will check here? Method or operator? Operator. Operator required. Method, if you write, what will happen? Here it will check. But here checking is not possible. Exception comes. Here objects are not there, no? This is only confusion will be there. I'll accept. But in a confusion also 100% clarity given. But if you don't concentrate, you cannot understand. See, few people, they are not understanding get method, post method also. Many times I explain no get and post. People are not understanding. That is, you have to listen with more concentration. Logical part. It is logical part. It is core Java concept. If you want to check inside the object, method required. If you want to check inside the reference, operator required. These all logical part. If you want to understand, you have to listen with more concentration. Then only possible to understand. More concentration required. Yesterday, very clear I given. Half an hour I explained yesterday about this. But again, you are giving wrong answers. You observe. Now, live I was shown here. When I execute the program, what is happened also I explained. Whatever you select, that one only coming. Remaining contains null. Whether it is null or not null, we have to check. So what I have shown, book 1, it refers one object. In that object, Java to complete reference will be there. Java to complete reference will be there. This is very clear I given. And core Java class I explained. In advanced Java class also yesterday only I explained. Okay. Here hash code will be there. Now book 2. Book 2. Here what will be there? Suppose I selected only one book. Null will be there. Book 3. What will be there? Null will be there. Suppose. Now here book 1 dot equals null. Suppose if I write. Okay. Book 1 dot equals null if I write. Now here Boolean I'll write. Boolean. Now book 1 dot equals null. Book 1 dot equals null. If you write, where it will check? Inside the object or inside the object reference? Inside the object. What is there? Java to complete reference. Java to complete reference dot equals null. True or false? It is false. Here false comes. Okay. Suppose book 2 dot equals null. What will happen? What will happen? Null pointer exception comes. Just now you given, it will check in object. But where is object? Object is not there. Null pointer exception comes. Your program is not executed. Terminated. Suppose by mistake equals plus equals operator plus equals method. If you write, what will happen? Your program is not executed. Every time null pointer exception. Selecting book is not possible. Displaying output is not possible. Always null pointer exception. You observe? This is all you have to take care. It is core Java concept. Core Java, more logics are there. This type of logics. That too, core Java knowledge only most important. In core Java class also, I am saying core Java only important. In advanced Java class also, I am saying core Java only important. Okay. In frameworks class also, I'll say core Java only important. Because for getting job, core Java important. First, your target is you want to get a job. For getting job, definitely core Java only important. After getting a job also, core Java with core Java knowledge only, advanced frameworks all possible. That is the reason, first priority core Java. Okay. This is also required. I'm not saying it is not unnecessary. I'm not saying if it is unnecessary, no need to learn the course. No need to learn advanced Java. It is also required, but highest priority core Java for getting job. But core Java only if you forget, no use. And one more thing, you observe, people what they are doing is core Java they are learning, advanced Java they are learning, Spring they are learning, Spring Boot they are learning, microservice they are learning. After completion of complete Java, then they'll attend interview. After that, core Java they'll forget. In interview, they cannot give answer. Parallelly, you start attending interviews also. Sometimes with only core Java knowledge, you will get a job. Chances are there. So no need to wait until completion of Java courses. Learn, parallelly attend interviews. Sometimes with only core Java knowledge also you'll get a job. It is possible. Okay. After getting a job also parallelly you can learn. Not a problem. But instead of sitting idle only for learning courses, you attend parallelly interviews also. If any chance is there to attend interview, attend. With that, sometimes with only core Java knowledge, you may get a job. Chances are there. But what students are doing after completion of total Java course, they are attending. After that, core Java also they are forgetting. Then after attending, what will happen? Spring Boot microservices, they'll remember last one. And first starting interview, they'll start with core Java only. Core Java, they won't give answer. Then they'll stop the interview, they'll send back. Even if you are perfect in Spring Boot microservice also, wasted. This is happening. So, if any chance is there to attend interview, attend. Parallelly attend, learn both. Okay. Here, book 1 selected, suppose. Book 2 not selected. Book 3 not selected. Now, this book 1 selected. This S1 refers Java to complete reference. S2 contains null. It doesn't refer object. S3 doesn't refer object. Then equals method if I write. First one works. Second one exception comes. Then program stopped. Null pointer exception displayed in browser. Over. Stopped. So which one you have to write? Operator or method? Operator we have to write. If S1 not equal to null, we have to create a cookie. If S1 not equal to null, we have to create a cookie. Okay. Now, You observe S1 not equal to null. Suppose here, whatever we received, all books received, 1, 2, 3 received, not equal to null. We have to add to client system. Okay. Then we have to create a cookie. For creating cookie, constructor required or method required? Constructor required. What we have to write? Cookie C equal to, suppose C1 equal to new cookie. How many parameters? 2 parameters. What are those? Name and value. String. Suppose here B1, something B1 I'll write. Value S1 I'll write. Otherwise, here also book 1 you can write. But one thing you remember, in HTML, what I written here? Here must match. Okay. Here you can write different. It is another name, another cookie you are creating. Again, next program is then get cookie. There this one must match. If not matched, blank page. Only blank page, they'll take a screenshot, they'll mail to my mail ID. How can I give answer? Think yourself. But no, again, no reply. How can I give answer? Blank page, they'll send. 404, not found, they'll send. For that, 10 plus reasons will be there. When I open mailbox, how many mails are coming? How many I can give? Think yourself. Not only your batch student, many batches I'm teaching, no? 5 batches morning to evening I'm teaching. Not only these 5 batches, previous batch students also will send, no? Previous batch students also will send. Already suppose a few people are working in a software company. They are also sending. They are sending their task also. Whatever given team leader, no, the task they are attaching to my mail ID. Then your duty, if I do, my duty who will do here? They won't think. Whatever team leader given task, the task they are attaching, just within a 2-3 days, I want like that, they are sending. But my duty who will do here? I given mail ID for doubts purpose. But task if they attach, then how think your 10 hours will be there here. When should I give that answer? If I do your duty, my duty who will do? They won't think. They'll attach, they'll send. I'm teaching the way, learn. With that knowledge, you can do task. People are sending task they are attaching. That type they are doing. If I open mailbox, hundreds of mails. This way you have to learn. With that knowledge, any program, it is possible to do. It is possible to do. Okay. Put efforts, work hard. Here, cookie object created. Cookie object created. This cookie, we have to add to client system. Just now I given method. What is the method name to add to client system? Add cookie. Add cookie method in which interface? HTTP servlet response. HTTP servlet response reference is response. Response dot add cookie C1 over. That cookie created, added. Same style, one more. If S2 not equal to null. Here, cookie C2 equal to new cookie. Same book 2, S2. Response dot add cookie C2. Like this only, one more. If S3 not equal to null. Here, cookie C3 equal to new cookie. Book 3. S3. Next, response dot add cookie. Okay, C3. Like this, if not selected, if it is not selected, this is HTTP.cookie class you have to use. Now, here not null. Not null means selected. Null means not selected. Not select, it is selected, then cookie created added. Like this, these 3 cookies added to client system. That means condition. If you are 2 selected, 2 added, 1 selected, 1 added. Okay. After this message, your books are added to cart. How to display? Print writer required. What we have tried? Print writer pw equal to response dot get writer pw dot println. Your books are added to cart. Now pw dot println, we have to display next hyperlink. Here next hyperlink. Next hyperlink, how to display? Anchor tag. Next. When you click on next hyperlink reference, which program? Get cookie. URL pattern. For this, some other HTML code we can add. HTML body bg color. This is pw.println center body HTML. Okay. This is set cookie solid, this program. Okay. Now this program node. Node set cookie.java. Write this program. Is it over? When you click on next hyperlink, get, it is URL pattern of next program. So based on condition, cookies are created. If selected, created. Not selected, not created. If we select one book, one cookie created, one variable will be there. If we select two, two will be there. Three will be there. If we don't select, nothing will be there. Is it completed? Now we have tried one more program. Get cookie.java. That is we'll see now. See, this is set cookie.java. One more. Right click, new, solid. Package name cookies. Class name get cookie. Next. URL pattern already we decided. That is get. Okay. Next. Which type request coming? Get. So do get. Now. Now, here first of all, in the diagram you see these books you have to retrieve. For that, get cookies method I given. Get cookies method return type. Just now given cookie array. Cookie array. That method in which interface? HTTP solid request. What we have tried? Cookie array C equal to request dot get cookies. Get cookies. If one selected, one item will be there. Two selected, two will be there. Three selected, three will be there. Now, received, we have to display selected books. After that, data we have to display. Okay. Now, first selected books you have to display. Print writer, PW equal to response dot get writer. PW dot println. HTML body BG color. Suppose cyan, text blue. PW dot println. Level 1 heading, underline text, selected books. Level 1 heading, underline close. Like remaining body close, HTML close. In between, we have to display books. How to display books? Here array. How to display array elements? If I print system.out.println C, will it display cookies? No. What is displayed? Hash code displayed. How to display? Now that in that class toString is not there. toString is there, content comes. toString not there. Array, that is array, no? In arrays, array class is not there. Array itself object, but class is not there, no? I will write either normal for loop or enhanced for loop. You have tried, no? Which one is better? Enhanced for loop. Then what you have tried? For each loop, enhanced for loop. Studied or not? What you have tried? This is normal for loop. This is normal for loop. I am not asking this one. This is also possible. This is called normal for loop. Enhanced for loop outright. What do you write? Data type only, what do you write? Data type means what data type? Later you learn practice core Java. Okay. That is cookie array, cookie you write. String is there, string you write. Int is there, integer you write. If collection is there, inside the object, whatever is there, that is your right. It is not a collection. Collections framework you study, no? Collection framework. Suppose array list is there. Array list data, if you want to print, whichever data you maintain, that is your right. But it is not a collection. It is normal array. Integer array is there, integer. Float array is there, float. String array is there, string. Cookie array is there, cookie your right. Later you practice core Java. Okay. Cookie C2 equal colon C. Now, from this array, one element copied in C2. With this C2 get value method you can call. Now, cookies methods I given. See the methods. Get name, get value, get set value methods are there. No? Get value method if you call, you'll get the value. So, pw.println C2 dot get value. After printing, line break. Next line. Because HTML we written, HTML required. This element doesn't work in browser. Now, from this array, one element copied here. That element dot get value. Say, suppose core Java, if it is like this. If it is like this, how will write enhanced for loop? Integer I colon array list. Like this we have to write. Because it is not an array, it is array list, collection. In a collection, which type of data maintained? Then integer you have to write. But suppose, if it is collection, you have to do like this. Suppose string s equal to new string. Otherwise, directly initialization. This array, if you want to extract, outright string s2 colon s, like this only outright. Collections are there, this type you outright. It is not a collection. It is cookie array. It is this string type array type. That's it. If this type of collection is there, you outright whichever type data maintained. These all, it is arrays this type, collection this type. Those all you practice later. Now get value. See, whatever you selected, all retrieved, one value printed. See, this program I'll run. Right click, run on server, save. Those two also save. Books.html. I'll select the books. 2 books I selected. If I click submit, your books are added to cart. If I click next, selected books. Now, whatever you studied, with that knowledge only, you can give answer. I'll ask one more question. I'll remove these two. Just I clicked back buttons, you observe. I clicked back buttons. I selected this book. I clicked submit. Your books are added to cart. If I click next hyperlink, how many books are displayed? 1 book displayed, or 2 books displayed, or 3 books displayed? It is just a concentration question, not Java question. 1 or 2 or 3. How many people answer 3? Online students? Okay. How many people answer 1? How many people answer 1? Only 4, 5 members? Okay. Online? Next. How many people answer 2? 2 known is there? Very good. At least you didn't select. No, here I was selected online. 2 also selected. See, just now I given one note. By default, when cookies are vanished, whenever browser window is closed. I didn't close, no. Already 2 books selected. Those 2 will be there. But now I selected one more. 3 books will be there. I didn't close browser. No, back. This is also I removed. When I click submit button, how many books? 3 will be there. If you deselect, it is not removed from memory. That HTML deselected, that's it. It is already stored in a memory, no? No, 3 books. Here, if you don't select also, if you select also, here nothing will happen. Because here HTML, but already stored in cookie. See, I didn't select, submit. Your books are added to cart, next. Now, what I'll do, see, here, settings. It is stored in a memory. We can see. Settings. This is different browser, different types will be there. Privacy and security. Here, cookies and site data. Here, you can see. Actually, these versions may be changed. 1 minute. See all site data and permissions. Here, in alphabetical order, localhost. Now here localhost, 3 cookies. You see? Here 3 cookies. Here cookies are stored here. 3 cookies for localhost. Now clear data. See, I cleared. Now, if I click submit, if I click next, cleared. I removed. It is now removed from browser. Okay. See, whatever is there in client memory, that will retrieve here. That is get cookie. This program you didn't write, no? Write this one. Get cookie.java. What I observed is majority people forgot core Java just to practice. Majority people forgot core Java. Don't forget core Java. Get cookie.java. Note on. So whatever is stored in browser memory, that is retrieved and printed. So whenever browser window is closed, all cookies are vanished. If you want to set some time interval, one method I given, set max age. With that method, we can set time interval. That much time period it will stay in browser memory. After time interval, automatically vanished. Is it over? Tomorrow we'll see continuation.